Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. It is the day in the U.S. when we celebrate MLK Jr., Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So, I have done a medium reading with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and it was a phenomenal experience. And I find him to be an extremely generous soul who, because of the work he did, no, that's wrong. As a continuation of the work he did when he was here on this earthly plane, he continues to really try to work hard for us over there. And to me, the message that he brought during that medium reading was so warm, and it was really one of love. And I thought on this day it would be appropriate to check in with him and see how we're doing, see if he's got any advice for us. All right, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He is also one of those beautiful souls who seem to be quite powerful and available to many at the same time. So, what would you like us to know? We've got the 9 of Coins. Yes. We've got, of course we do, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. He came, yeah, he came through strong. Last time talking about this time of truth coming out. It's from the other side. It is important. Okay. And the 6 of Swords. Wow, look at that, you guys. I've shuffled and shuffled, and I happen to come out with many of the same cards I pick all the time when I'm asking about this time for us in history. The 6 of Swords. You know, difficult lessons that we're learning, but moving on to calmer shores, so that's good. So in other words, we do have the help from him and others on the other side who are helping us to know the truth and urging us in the right directions. We have that kind of help and that kind of love and understanding too, that it is a slow and sometimes difficult passage, but one with very valuable lessons. The Luxury card, the 9 of Coins, sitting pretty luxury card. You know, the minute I picked this, I felt a bit of a I don't want to say admonishment, but sort of like, be careful, be wary. Luxuries can buy you only so much. They aren't worth you giving up your compassion. They're not worth you giving up your quest for the truth. They're not worth, oh, this is powerful. They're not worth it. You know, I believe he has a lot of sensitivity and care and concern, fieriness, advocacy for people of color, people who are disenfranchised, refugees, asylum seekers, and all people who are experiencing a lot of economic injustice. Yes. I think this is saying for people who are not experiencing a lot of that, or we still have luxuries, or we can't measure the well-being of our nation by how much we can buy. We can't, even though the economic injustice is really important, and that's a separate issue. What he's talking about is, what I'm hearing is, please don't be mollified. Please don't think, as long as I can purchase the things that are important in my family, I don't have to worry about what those on a lower rung of the economic ladder are experiencing, as if it won't come to me. As long as I am experiencing some financial success and able to do some things that I've always wanted to do, or add to the quality of my life, or whatever. Don't be complacent. This is what I'm hearing. Don't be complacent. Don't look at the asylum seekers and the refugees and say that couldn't happen to me. Don't look at unfairly treated people of color and say that couldn't happen to me. Whatever, very much so, whatever you see happening to anybody by our government can certainly, it can change on a dime, and it can happen to us, to any of us. Whew, I didn't expect this when I asked, but I should have. This man could give a speech, and he still can. So that's, wow. Use what we're learning. Use what we're learning. Don't, if we're learning this, learn this. Don't be distracted by this. Not that there's anything wrong with enjoying things, he says. There's nothing wrong with enjoying some things. That's okay, but just don't let it make you complacent. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, that time of truth coming out. All right, Dr. Martin Luther King, is there anything else that we should know? I'm going to pull 3 more cards. And I hear love again. I hear love again. I hear love again, as if he wishes to end this on a note of love. He really, really believed in the message of love more than anything. Hello, I'm back. I'm sorry, I had this weirdness when I did Elijah Cummings' video as well, medium reading as well. Somebody pulling up and seeming concerned, although I'm in a public place, and had to check it out. I don't know. But that's okay. We could relocate. So I just wanted to do this quick before I need to go in on my next stop. I'm out and about today. But I woke up feeling Dr. Martin Luther King's presence and felt like I really needed to ask him if he had anything for us. All right. Oh, what flipped out just now as I'm talking is this one. And that is the King of Wands. So there is some hopefulness there, I think. We do need to support new political leadership that's rising. All right, Spirit. And I was saying that Dr. Martin Luther King, every time I do feel his energy, I feel this tremendous power. But I also then feel like there's a lot of love and warmth there. So what else do you have to let us know? Wow, look at that. Oh boy, we've got the 5 of Coins. And so that is, again, that's the card a lot of times for the refugees and the asylum seekers shut out in the cold. We can't do that. And look at this, happens to be in front of a church, which is, these two may be finding their way into the church, though, for safety, sanctuary, food, clothing, care, medical attention. I think he's saying, too, for those among us who would consider themselves religious or wanting to show the love, a spiritual love, that we cannot ignore them. We cannot ignore them. And we've got this winning at any cost. He is still really wanting us to understand that the powers of the big corporations, that winning at every cost kind of attitude is very toxic and harmful, and he wouldn't have us be complacent about that either. So again, the cards I'm picking, I am getting the message of please keep on making your voice known. Please keep on doing that, please. And of course, in a loving and peaceful way. This is the 6 of Cups is also about, that's a sweet card. It's about a relationship. It's about cooperation. It's about remembering all of the good. And so this is also remembering what he taught, right? It's nostalgia. we are forever grateful to him for teaching us all of the, for shaping the entire civil rights movement and trajectory of this country's growth. So we are very grateful to him. The peaceful protest, the tradition of peaceful protest that he taught. Yeah, so we're very grateful to him, and we're to remember that. Those lessons. He would love it if we were to, he loves Martin Luther King Jr. Day because, not for him, but because it does have us all looking back at his speeches, the things that he said, and remembering. We're not in any kind of better shape right now in a lot of ways than we were then, is what I'm hearing. The problems have morphed and changed a little, but they're still there. The problem with race is not solved yet. That's obvious. He's saying by the events in this administration, the problem of inequitable treatment based upon race is not solved yet. Income inequality is a huge problem. And he's saying the abuses of power are a huge problem. So he's urging us. All right. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Thank you, thank you. And we will do our best to be inspired and act. Thank you. Bye-bye.